All right, what's up, guys? Rafe Realm here with SlamZoneSports here on my channel. Make sure to check out SlamZoneSports, guys. Fatal and I are putting a lot of work into SlamZoneSports, so please go over there and support it. If you guys aren't, man, you're missing out on what we do. We're doing everything on our main channels with SlamZoneSports, so we can get an audience over there, so we can go live and do watch-alongs and things like that per week. Anyway, check out all my stuff down below in the description of the video. Will be all the stuff to do with me and all my channels, including Trovo the Home. That's where my community is at. Down below in the description will be that. And if you're watching it on Trovo, it helps for your follower levels, your viewer levels. It helps me keep my partnership. So you guys, please watch the videos. I do ask, out of respect, watch the videos, because I'm doing a lot of work over on Trovo as well. We multi-stream time to time to everything else. So anyway, and make sure you hit the bell icon so you know when I go live and stuff like that. Anyway, so this is Impact on Access for December 8th, 2022. I think it's on DAZN now. I believe they started going live over there. It's live on Twitch, YouTube, things like that per week. And this show was good. It was good. It wasn't bad. Again, people sleeping on the whole idea of Impact Wrestling, man. Like I said, people are sleeping on Impact Wrestling. It's just a fact. You got people calling people geeks. You got people saying things about Impact. I think people should start watching Impact. Yeah, Impact is not as sexy as an AEW or WWE. It's just like MLW and NWA. Like, a lot of people are sleeping on Impact. I think Impact is really good for what it is. Now, does it have the sexiest talent in the world? God, no. But it gets the job done. So, Trey Miguel versus Josh Hutchins, or Hutch, whatever. So, in this match, a spinning neck breaker for the win, Trey Miguel. I'm not a big fan of Trey Miguel's heel turn here and the spray paint and all that. I'm not a big fan, but I get what he's trying to do, but it's just falling flat with me. I'm not a big fan. But Trey Miguel gets to keep the title here. And if you guys don't know who Trey Miguel is, he's part of the Rascals, which his other person got in trouble for the Hitler stuff over on NXT with his other buddy. And he's also the North American champion over on NXT, which is kind of cool, and stuff like that. But Trey Miguel, man, like I said, he picked Hotch apart, pretty much trained him, is what they were saying on the commentary. Phillips and Great Wall Drama Matt, both going back and forth. And I like the commentary on Impact, though, a lot. Picked him apart. Miguel hangs him up on the top rope and hits the spinning neck breaker. So I have a lot of things in my notes here. So spinning neck breaker, hits him 1, 2, 3. Sorry, guys, if I'm looking at my third monitor on the side. That's where my notes are. Sorry about that. So Trey Miguel then hits a promo and, and talks about how the title and all this stuff goes on. I just don't care for his heel turn. Spraying him down and, kind of doing the whole NWO thing. I'm going to spray people down and put my name on them because I own them, blah, 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 this. It's like it just falls flat to me. They did show Eric Young once again. They showed what happened with Violent by Design. Now it's called the Design. They had Khan come in the ring. Diener is amazing. Diener is underrated talent. So the passing of the guard from Eric Young to Diener is really good here. You get to see Eric Young passing the baton and putting over talent at the same time. Eric Young is a showman. A lot of people don't realize Eric Young is a showman. They do show Diener destroying Eric Young, killing him, and Eric Young passing the torch to him to run Violent by Design, which is now called the Design, which is kind of cool. It's kind of, they're doing the second generation, kind of like what they do with the Bullet Club when they have leaders and non-leaders. So that's kind of cool there. So you got to see a vignette with that. And Impact does really good when it comes to their vignettes, man. Like, their vignettes are really good. You got to see that with Decay and the Hardys, and they just keep developing it. The thing is, Impact has to get off of Access. At some point, it's hurting Access's product when they're recorded, and they're kind of getting numbers like Rampage is getting. So that's not good when AEW's second show on a week on TABS is getting the same views as a Impact on Access. And people say about the ratings of Impact, right? You got to remember that it's not even including Twitch views and YouTube views on top of that. So on TV, they're getting like maybe a 300 and something people watching, but that's not even including what's going on Twitch and what's going on YouTube. You got to counter those views, and then that's not even including the zone. So again, people make fun of Impact for not having any viewers, but they have viewers, and people watch these reviews because why? Why wouldn't they? Not enough people are covering Impact online at all. And so it is what it is. Now, the Impact Tag Team Champion match was good. Heath and Rhino versus Motor City Machine Guns. Really underrated tag team that should have been signed by AEW or NXT already. Like, Chris Sabin is really good at what he does. Sabin and Heath they complement each other in the ring. And Rhino's just Rhino. We all know what Rhino is, right? So at the end of the day, I like Heath and Rhino, and I also like the Motor City Machine Guns. Honestly, they worked over Heath in this match. It was really good. I stay away from the spoilers when it comes to these tape shows a lot. I try to, because if you know, it just ruins what I try to review here at SlamZoneSports on my channel. And, you know, the thing is, Heath and Rhino are good. So they hit dragon screws all day long on Heath. And Heath is like limping and whatnot. This match does get interrupted by the major players. The major players are literally two originals of Kurt Hawkins and Matt Cardona. So just to keep that in mind. And they interfere because they're setting up for a match for Heath and Rhino, and most likely they're probably going to win the Impact titles at Hard to Kill. So, in wake of the pair calling, so they pretty much did a figure four leg lock in the match. Couple crawls to the rope, Heath, pretty much a power slam by Rhino. Rhino tags in Heath. They work on his legs some more, and pretty much the major players show up and they beat the crap out of. No Chelsea Green. Is Chelsea Green coming back to WWE, or is she signed with AEW? We don't know. She was a free agent. Maybe this is just the work by Impact. We don't know until we see her on WWE television. Supposedly she's in WWE, but we'll see when we see. Now, the Motor Machine Guns did come out. They are the new, I guess, New Japan Strong Style champions, I guess, tag team champions. They did promote that. Nice titles. They're blue. They look nice. Kind of look like WWE belts, but they're kind of nice. I like that. So Impact Strong is getting these titles one by one. I guess they're going to have a U.S. promotion, and they're going to have a European promotion. So New Japan really working hard, kind of like what WWE is doing, to have different promotions in different places, which is kind of cool there. Major players come in, they interfered, and it sets up for probably a three-way at Hard to Kill. Josh Alexander cuts a promo with literally with Scott D'Amore. Scott D'Amore tells him, I don't like your method, but this was really good. This shows that you have a fighting champion per week, and the walking weapon should be on literally, no joke, not kidding you, should be on AEW television. He should be literally, he is worth it. When his contract's up, when there's a bidding war for him, I really want to see him in AEW more than I do WWE, because he suits more AEW than, or maybe he'll stick and be a lifer on Impact. Or I want to see him in New Japan. That would be cool too. So he doesn't want to wait. He doesn't want to wait for Bully Ray to come to Hard to Kill. He wants to give him 2 opportunities at the belt and lose like a man, basically. And Scott D'Amore didn't agree with that, saying you're foolish. They had that back and forth. And the funny part here was that Swinger comes in, right? Swinger is a jobber with Zicky Dice. Zicky Dice is bigger than what he should have been. And I don't know why any wrestling promotion hasn't signed him, but he's been used as a party gimmick more than anything. But Zicky Dice he was really good in MLW and GCW and stuff like that. But so Zicky Dice, they go in, they like, where's my title shot? To Scott D'Amore. And Scott D'Amore just literally gets Swinger, just tells him, hey, Johnny Swinger, like, look, you have to win 50 matches, then I'll consider you. And then he walks away. And then Swinger and Dice are going crazy, and they're all happy about this. So that segment was kind of dumb. I don't even know why they even have Swinger. But Swinger has been around the wrestling promotion carousel for quite some time. So you have the Knockouts Women's Championship tag team of the Dolls, Valkyrie and stuff like that come out. And basically, it's a non-title match. It's just 1v1 against Tasha Steelz, the Death Dolls. And Tasha Steelz in the corner of Savannah Evans. And Savannah Evans wins this match, which I found interesting. They're going that way. But it kind of sets up for Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans versus Rosemary and Jessica Havoc. And possibly titles going back. Maybe they're going to do hot potato titles because the Death Dolls have had it for a while. I like the Death Dolls. I like Rosemary. I like Jessica Havoc. And I also like Ty Valkyrie. I think these are people that should have been signed by other promotions a long time ago. I think Rosemary's getting up there. I think Jessica Havoc's getting up there in age. And so is Ty Valkyrie. And I think you do need to bring these people in before they do decide to retire into an AEW. They could bolster any women's division. I think Rosemary would work perfect in any promotion, really. Same with Taya Valkyrie and the same with, the same with, Tasha Steelz or Savannah Evans. I think they're working on Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans breaking up. I really believe that. But they did get a win, full Nestlin Slam and 1, 2, 3 basically on Taya Valkyrie here. Taya Valkyrie was literally couldn't do certain moves because Savannah Evans working her over. Good match. I always do say this. Impact Wrestling does put on good women's matches for what you're watching. I would say Impact Wrestling's number 1. I would say WWE's number 2, and then I would say AEW's number 3, and then I would say NWA right behind it. I wouldn't put AEW up there, though, just because they have these women's talents. I wouldn't really go. If I'm going women's wrestling, I would say Impact would be your number 1. Impact puts on the best matches that women can do. Then I would say WWE is a solid second. And then I would say AEW would probably be number 3. I would say, honestly, women's of wrestling would be before an NWA. You could kind of switch those out however you prefer. But yeah, again, I would honestly tell you, Valkyrie is a good piece of talent, and these women do put on a good show, but it is showing to Tasha Steelz and, again, Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans breaking up eventually at Hard to Kill. I think they're going to lose at Hard to Kill there. Anyway, we got Moose making an appearance, beating the crap out of people backstage, saying he's going to get his revenge on Joe Henry and win the title and show him what Moose is about. Again, I think this is going to be a good one going into Hard to Kill. I think this will be kind of your match of the night next to the Walking Weapon versus Bully Ray. But Moose, man, he's been alive for a long period in Impact. So it's good to see that, they're giving him top tier stuff. And he, basically had a backstage feud. We had Delirious. Delirious versus Eddie Edwards. Is Delirious with Ring of Honor, or is he with Impact or New Japan? He was speaking Japanese. He basically accepted the challenge of Eddie Edwards, basically for next week's main event. Khan versus the Design, or Khan with the Design versus Sami Callihan. Khan wins this match pretty solidly with interference from Diener. Design is really good. I like Diener now as the head of Violent by Design. I think it works perfect. This match didn't really go Sami Callihan's way, and I don't know what they're doing with Sami Callihan. Is Sami Callihan going to go away and not re-sign? Because I believe his contract's coming up soon. Is he going to go to WWE? What is he going to do? Is he going to go to AEW and work with Moxley? That's just going to be the $1 million question with that. But yeah, it was a choke slam on the apron, and then it was a bunch of, fuckery, and the 1, 2, 3, Sami Callihan loses. So that's that. And the new shirts for design look pretty cool. I got to be honest with you, it looked pretty cool. I like the way they're setting it up with that. Trey Miguel had a backstage segment after beating up his former trainee that he was training with the title all messed up and everything else. Again, he wanted to spray paint the interviewer, and she was like, well, why are you pulling out? And then literally Crazy Steve comes out, and it's funny. Anything Crazy Steve does, he's gotten buff. I'm surprised why he's not in AEW or any of these other promotions. He was in NWA for a while there doing good things, and he's going for the X Division title, basically saying that you're not the only one that paints people. You're not the only one that does this. So the segment was good. And then we have the match of the night. Mike Bailey versus the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander. And Bully Ray shows pictures of his wife and all this. They're pretty much setting up for Hard to Kill. And Speedball, he has an open challenge. Basically, he didn't say open challenge, but he comes out and he says, are you doing an open challenge? I want a piece of you. And this match went basically 30 minutes, close enough to 30 minutes until the end of the show. And they literally, like Speedball is an amazing piece of talent. You know, he's married to Velveeta Scott, formerly of Ring of Honor. She's really good in her own right. And Speedball, honestly, man, you can't go wrong. The hard hitting against him, against Alexander here. Literally, people are sleeping on Impact. Like, the main event was the main event. And it was really good. Like, these are what AEW should be watching and what WWE should be watching. These are the matches you put on. So, like Friday's match, like Friday's World Cup thing that they had on WWE SmackDown, this is kind of matches you want to have on your main event. You want to have two talents looking really good. And the thing is, Speedball is really good at what he does. The commentators, Phillips and Drama King Matt, really sold the whole idea of this match. It was hard hitting and two pile drivers later, and Speedball does lose before time runs out on television. And it was really good. Tried to do some lethal weapon stuff, up on the top rope. So in my notes, I wrote, they went to the outside. The match was approaching 60 minutes. I thought it was 30 minutes. It was 60 minutes. It was an Iron Man match, technically. Ankle locks were giving, and then a spike, pile driver twice for Alexander, and a C4 spike to get the 1-2-3 on Bailey. Bailey does the spin kick before the 1-2-3. There was an upper hand spin kick. Alexander dumps him on the hardest part of the ring. Again, like I said, a lot of this stuff was devastating. Bailey soars up on the top rope, colliding with Alexander. Bunch of kicks, bunch of drop kicks, bunch of things like that. A bunch of spins, a bunch of throws. And basically a C4 spike and two pile drivers will end pretty much anything to do with Speedball. But Speedball did show that he is main event material. And he's been main event material for a long time. And then they did talk about how he had to fight outside of America because he was banned from America because of visa reasons for 5 years. And he's been well known throughout the world outside of America. And he signed an exclusive contract with Impact and this, that, and the third. So, and that was that. That was that. Pretty much that was Impact Wrestling for the week. Great action, great wrestling. People asleep on this because they're on a smaller network and they come on. I really think if AEW wanted to, they could probably go head to head with this with Ring of Honor, or even they could put Rampage down on Thursday nights on TBS if they wanted to. It would be perfect. Then they could compete, like, literally, no joke. But anyway, this has been Slam Zone Sports with the review of Impact. If I had to give it a review, I would say it's a solid B-. I wouldn't say it's average, but it is solid. And you guys should be watching. And literally, no joke, should be watching. Anyway, this has been Rafe with Slam Zone Sports giving you guys a review. Hope you enjoyed this review. I will see you guys in the next Impact Wrestling review next week. And have a good one. Peace out. Talk to you soon.